Hello, I'm Hope Pagan, a college student ambassador and a veteran ambassador of Career Day. Today, we're discussing communication. What's your favorite way to communicate?
My favorite way to communicate would definitely be like face to face in person. Like that way allows you to like interpret body language and like just I feel like it makes you more connected in person.
Right.
Right. Historically, we've been communicating face to face, and you see like the body language, the tone, and
Mhm.
some things that you just don't pick up on text or through call. Honestly, though, I prefer texting. But like then again, but after texting, I like face to face communication.
My favorite way to communicate is with people that want to communicate with me as well. Like, I love having friends that just like we both want to be in the same place at the same time. I think being present is very important when it comes to communication. More than any other time in history, we have so many methods to communicate with each other. Do you think the method you choose affects how people interpret your message?
Yes, it
Oh, I
does.
agree, like for sure. Like I feel like if you were to like text, email, or even write, like you could like lack some emotion, and you could lead to misinterpretation for sure.
There's so many, like when you're texting, things can come off as people can misinterpret your tone and things you say, which in person people will understand immediately. Um, Through
Because they
text,
can read
it's
your
like,
body
what do
language.
you mean? Yeah, it's like
Right.
ambiguous. Like, what do you mean?
I think I think something a great way to explain misinterpretation when it comes to communication is emojis. Whereas the emoji might what does the crying one remind you guys of? Like when you guys use the crying one with two like streams like this but with a smile, what is it?
It
How do you
reminds
guys
me
interpret
of
that
laughing.
emoji?
Laughing.
Yeah, laugh.
Laughing?
Yeah.
Same, but I've texted people, but they've been like, "Why are you crying?" I've been like, "Wait, no, I'm laughing." So I think simple ways like that, it's so easy in our world to miscommunicate because of the methods we have to communicate. Or if I'm a text message person and I'm arguing with my sister and she's calling me, like that's a misinterpretation because I want to text. I'm not trying to call you right now. And if she wants to call me, it's like now we're misinterpreting each other just because we're not even on the same page on how and what way we want to communicate. How do you make sure your communication is clear? How do you know when you've been understood?
Always make sure, like, when you feel like you're not being understood, don't over explain, but if there's room to explain, like, kind of give some clarification on what you said, definitely do that.
I have a funny way that I make sure my communication is clear. So sometimes when I'm arguing with my sister, or like when I just have a weird moment with like a coworker or something, I kind of chat GPT. I explain them the scenario, my emotions, what I read in the other person, and I just go like, "Did I communicate?" And sometimes they've like came with like really critical criticism. They're like, "Okay, you did this, but this is my fault. This you said this," or like they tell me you maybe you feel like this, but with the way you were interpreted by the other person came across like this. So sometimes when I feel like I had a misinterpreted situation, I ChatGPT and then they kinda show me, like, where it might have went wrong.
Wow, that's really creative, Hope.
Mhm.
Oh, thanks. Some people look at it as, like a problem or like, "Oh my god, that is so weird." But at the same time, who better to give you non-biased advice than AI that has no emotions?
And
Mhm.
it's like a moderator in a
Right,
way.
it is. Me and my sister were getting into a fight, and she'd come into her room and be like, "Hope, I ChatGPT'd it. I get what you're trying to say to me now." And then we just started laughing. But yeah, anyone that ever wants to use that as a tip or like I would say try it. Like this week, guys, like try it. And when we come back next career day, we should talk about it.
For real. I definitely will take that advice.
Like a
That's
professional arbiter.
Yes. If miscommunication happens, what are the best ways to fix it?
I would honestly say just like talking through it. It's like don't try to blame anybody outright.
Hmm.
If there's some
I
confusion, you just have to clarify what you meant.
I love that. Yes, because sometimes I mean we have different personalities, so miscommunication happens all the time. For
Mhm.
me, the best ways that I can fix it is making sure I'm looking at myself first before the other person. Because if I'm not looking at myself and I'm not am I putting myself in position to effectively communicate, then I'll never get to effectively communicate. So I just tend to like introspect before I continue to just say things. Where do you have any ways that you like to fix miscommunication?
well, I like to clarify what I said, just like what Oliver was saying. Yeah, I like to do that.
I'm a person where my personality, like, I'm a very opinionated person. I'm at work all the time and I work with all guys in the kitchen. So a lot of times when I'm a female, I have an opposite opinion of the opposite gender. And sometimes I just go straight with my opinion. They take that as they're like, "Oh, wait, calm down." But then I go, "Wait, guys, no, what I actually meant to say was this." And they're like, "Oh, I can understand your perspective too." And I get to learn, both type of perspectives. So
Mhm.
I think it's about knowing your strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to walk away.
Right, exactly. Knowing to like take a time out and say, maybe we should revisit this. That's important. That's hard for me to do, but that's very important.
Yeah, because a lot of people have like emotional responses. There's also emotion and communication as well.
Yes, that is Oliver. You said it best. There's emotion in communication. And I think it's about realizing some emotions can be in communication, but some emotions should probably
Be
be
kept to
lessened
yourself.
before the communication, continues. Can you guys think of one emotion that kind of always uh gets you trapped up in miscommunication that you use a lot when
I feel
communicating?
like anger for sure. Whenever you get
Right,
angry, you start saying things that you don't mean.
right.
Things like that.
I think mine's is my emotion is stubbornness. Like I just
Mhm.
don't want to be wrong, so I don't like hear anything. So that's sometimes what I used to work on.
I feel you.
Mhm.
This was amazing segment today, guys. I love this conversation. Don't forget to chat GPT miscommunications. Thank you guys for being involved in this chat.